Hi everyone, welcome along to today's video. So today we're going to be doing a concealed WC with a wash hand basin that fits on the top. How many times have you seen a lovely space in your house that's like under the stairs or something? I thought I'd like to fit a WC in there and give me two WCs, but knew that there was no room for a wash hand basin. And you didn't want everybody running upstairs or trying to get to the kitchen sink to wash their hands, so it kind of put you off. Well, today I'm working in the back of a shop here, and this has just got a cistern toilet, and they've been using the staff the kitchen sink. So to avoid all that, now we're going to fit this cistern in and the basin. And what's going to be different about it is I'm going to use the grey water from the wash hand basin to fill into the cistern and kind of save on the water bill as well. So let's get started. This then is what we've got at the moment. As you can see, it's a really tiny room, no room at all for a wash hand basin. So I'm going to strip this lot out now and get on with the job. Just wanted to show you the kind of sizes I'm thinking about where you might be able to utilise a room at home for another WC and wash hand basin. Time now then, make up the cistern. Alright, all the parts here, siphon, the valve, very easy to do. There's our washer on the bottom there, put it in there. Okay, and I'll leave you that, and let's tighten that in first, shall we? Now, you can fit the ball cock siphon around whichever way you want, in this side or that side. It's better for me on the right, that's when my feed comes in. So, washer in here, and a black and white washer there. Put that on the end of there, like so, and do this one up. I want to get it started. There we go. Making up the basin now then, taps. These bolts go straight into each side of this particular tap. Okay, just nip them up and we're ready to put the nuts on to tighten it up in a minute. The flexes screw straight in, not too tight, they don't have to be murdered up. They've got little rubber washers in there to seal it. I've got a little spacer pick to fit the taps on so they fit nicer in the hole. All I'm going to do is push it through now and tighten up this horseshoe arrangement, this type of thing on the back of it. You'll see more what I mean when it's actually on. We'll get to it when I've fitted them in. Right, so the tap's in and it sits in this little prime bit here. It's got a rubber washer under it to stop it moving around, so it kind of grips it nicer. If you've got that, it's always best to use it. Okay, now on the back of it now, if we shine around here, you'll see I've fitted the horseshoe. See how it goes now, the rubber washer underneath, the horseshoe over that, and then you tighten these two bolts up. This is the spanner you're going to need. Okay, it's a special spanner to fit the thread, as you can see, and you get a little lever like that to go in there to tighten them up. I've already tightened them up, so they're all done. And once you've done that, the taps are in. So, basin waste, pretty easy. I always use plumber's mate around there. I think it makes a better seal than the old washer. Washer's fine on the back though. We're just going to push that through there now with a washer on the back and do it up. So it's quite simple and easy. Next very important bit then, get your cabinet. Okay, front ways on. You can take this little strip out the top and now mark the pan. Where it fits the shape, what I do is I mark the outside edge right around it, and then what I do is I come in an inch all round it, so that when the pan goes up we've got a nice hole to get our fittings in and plenty of room for the flush pipe, etc. So what you end up with is that there. I've already drilled a hole here to start so my saw can come round and cut this slot out for the pan. It doesn't matter because say the pan is going to cover the hole. Later stage of the operation then, the pan is getting ready to go in. It will go into the connector at the back. I'll show you the pedestal is fitted, the concealed unit. Don't want it right back to the wall because the basin overhangs too far, so I'm going to push the basin back and try and level that off flat there. We've got a lot of uneven surfaces to work with here, so it's not the easiest. It's not like doing this in someone's home where things are at least slightly level. Everything in here is all higgledy-piggledy. There's not a flat piece of wall to be seen or floor anywhere. Next stage of the job then is the flush pipe. Okay, I've managed to pull the multi-quick pan over the end of the spigot. I know it's a bit dusty, but actually it's quite a new one. It's just been in storage a long time, but it's quite okay to use that one. It's all in good order, the rubber's fine. As I say, we'll get the flush pipe on next, and then we'll get the main connected, and we'll try the actual flush cistern out and get it sorted before we put the basin on. Moving on along then, you can see that there's a non-return valve on here. It's off the main, so we're going to get all the regs right here. We don't know back siphonage, because we're going to drop the basin waste kind of straight in here, and we're going to use that grey water when you're washing your hands to help fill this up. Now I've turned the valve for this down so it's really slowly running in, because this system doesn't get flushed a lot. It's in a shop and staff very rarely use it, but all the same it has to be done. There's also going to be a non-return valve on the feed to the basin tap as well. Make sure that everything is tickety-boo. So we're getting on now. It's just a case now of we're going to drill this through the front housing, and we're going to stick the wash basin on. Once again, there we have it. Valve connection here with a non-return valve fitted, and the connection going up to our tap with also a non-return valve fitted in between the flexes. As we go down here, you can see there's our valve, and these are to govern the actual flexes down so that the flow doesn't run too fast and overcome the cistern. There we have it then, all done, job's finished, and yeah, it's very nice, and we now know that we can flush this. There we go, and when you're washing your hands in the sink, the water is going down and filling up the cistern, or helping to fill it up until you finish washing your hands. Because I've got this tap not too fast, so it won't overcome the built-in overflow, and also it's filling in very slowly in the cistern because I've turned the valve down so that it doesn't put too much in. So it's a fine balance, but one that I think works. Might be worth doing for you. If that's for you, why not? Or you can just plumb it the normal way. But anyway, that's about it though. All my stuff in the go, usual place, dirt and 33. Thanks for watching guys, bye bye.